We all know that there's a mass deportation going on in South Africa. Some immigrants are being deported back to their home countries. Most of the people who are being deported are our African brothers, immigrants from Zimbabwe, Somalia, or Malawi, or Nigeria, just to name a few. But a lot of African people or migrants, they are the ones who are being deported. It's not like it's something new. This thing has been going on for years and years. It's only that recently South African Home Affairs are getting serious. They're not playing anymore. The people who are being deported, some of them are illegal immigrants and some are those that have broke the laws of South African government, or let me just say criminals. We know that if you are an immigrant, you need to follow the laws of the country. You need to live and bind the laws of that particular country. So if you break the law, the government has the right to send you back to your country. I'm not here to bash South African government, or I'm not here to blame South African government. I was just sitting thinking, you know what? Okay, some of these people who have been deported are my brothers and my sisters. And I can't stop but thinking, you know what? Some of these brothers, they were having small businesses in town. Some of these guys, they were tailors, or maybe they had shops in Joburg, and some of these guys, they had also jobs. The thing is, it's not like some of these people, they just made up their mind that, you know what, I'm going to South Africa and I'll stay there illegally. Some, they have been trying to put their papers together. They spend a lot of money paying for visa fees, but unfortunately, things didn't work out for them. It's just unfortunate, you know? Because I don't think there's someone who just leave their countries and say, you know what, I'm going to go to this country and I'm going to live there illegally. In most cases, people are prepared, like, okay, they save up, maybe they will work and save up the money, preparing themselves that, okay, when I move to a country, I'm going to make sure that I have all the papers or set. But unfortunately, sometimes things doesn't work out. When I was thinking, I thought, you know what? I know some of these immigrants, they've been living here for years, but there are some people who just got here. They just came. Maybe they've been living here for 4 months or 6 months, or some only a year, and some of them, they didn't build back home. They didn't invest back home. Maybe they were working and they were trying to sort out their papers, spending all the money to sort out, to arrange their papers, you know, to put their papers together. Some of them, maybe they didn't even get a job. They were trying, they were looking for work. And while they were busy looking for a job, that's when the immigration got them. And straight away, they were sent home with nothing. Some of these people, they took all their money from home, bring it in here so that they can start a business. Before they start the business, they were busy focusing on sorting out their papers, you know, and you know, the visas are not cheap. You spend a lot of money. Sometimes when you are lucky, or things can work, and sometimes you end up just losing your money. So it's 50-50. That's all what I was thinking. You know what? If they don't have anything back home, what are they going to do? How are they going to start a new life? Because if you are not human, if you are not human enough, then you are not going to think about these things. But if you have humanity in you, that's when you start processing all these things, and you end up thinking, wow, how are they going to survive when they go back to their countries with nothing? As I said, I'm not here to blame our South African government, or the reason why I'm making this video is I'm just thinking, you know what is our government thinking about us citizens of the country? Because, as I said, some of these people came to South Africa trying to look for greener pastures, and they left home because of shortage of work. Maybe some of these guys, they tried to do business, but the business didn't work out. Then they were like, you know what, let me just leave this country and go somewhere else to try things. Now they are now sent back home with nothing. Now when they are in that country, how are they going to start off? What is our government thinking about us citizens? What is our president going to do? Because already there are other people in our countries who are struggling to find work. There are people who are already back home. They want to start a business, but they don't have capital, the money for them to start a business. What is our government doing about these people? Now, some people are now leaving other countries, they're going back home. Now it's like, oh, they're adding more people. What is our presidents in our countries thinking about us as citizens of the country? I know things were bad, but now things are going to be worse. And now that people who were overseas, people who were abroad are coming back with nothing, things are going to be critical. And imagine, you have been deported, with you are now landing with nothing, you are now frustrated. And you know what, I know that Malawi is a peaceful country, but when you have no food, when you have no job, when you have no income, sometimes you end up making bad decisions. Now that's when criminality started in the country. People will start robbing other people so that they can just find something and put maybe bread on the table. People will start breaking in people's houses. Why? Because they are being frustrated and they've got nothing to do. What is our government thinking about the citizens of their country? Now things are worse, because maybe back in the days, or like maybe 3-4 years back, or some of these countries, they were getting donations from, what do you call this organization, USAID. Now, because of those funds, they were cut down. Now these governments, they have like no other income from other countries. Because to say the truth, in Malawi, my country, we had a lot of non-governmental organizations, and a lot of people got lucky, they were working under these organizations. But now that all the funds were cut off, it left some of these people unemployed. People have lost their job. But you know what? It's not American responsibility to accommodate Malawians, to feed Malawians. It's our president's responsibility to look after Malawians, look after us as citizens. So we cannot blame USAID for cutting those funds, or we cannot blame America for cutting those funds. Let's face it, let's be realistic here. It's not the American responsibility to feed Malawians. It's Malawian government's responsibility to look after their people, their own people, their citizens. Now things are worse. And on top of that, the citizens of the countries, they are also looking at the government to provide something to them. I was just thinking, you know what? Our governments needs to stand up. They need to wake up. They need to do something to their people, because you cannot just rely on other countries to feed your people. You need also to stand up, create jobs, or give people startups, you know. Let your people also progress. You cannot feed your pockets. You cannot be selfish all the time. Our president, our ministers, our government, what are you thinking about your citizens? What are you thinking about these graduates? Because some of these people who are struggling, it's not like they are uneducated. Some of these people, they've got their degrees, they've got their PhDs, but there are no work in our countries. All right, it's fine. All of us, we cannot work for the government, or we cannot work, but where are the business, you know? All right, I'm not saying you cannot create a business for your own, but can you help us with, let's say, startups, money to start a business? Because let's say someone wants to start farming and they don't have any money. They want to buy some chickens, or maybe they want to rent a piece of land. They will need money to start. Why can't our governments provide for their citizens? But all these ministers, they are driving big, expensive cars. But us citizens, we are just struggling. When it comes when the time for votes, you guys, you come out and you beg to vote for you. But after that, when you are now in government, you forget about your people. It's very sad. It is very sad. You cannot rely on United Kingdom to feed your people. You cannot rely on America to look after your people. Our government need also to stand up. I cannot stop thinking, you know. I'm just thinking, how are they going to start the new life back home? How are these brothers and sisters going to survive back home? The government doesn't care anymore about their people. The ministers are just living their lives, and they don't care about the citizens of the country. That's it. That's all what I wanted to say today. My heart is bleeding. I can't stop praying for my brothers and sisters. Malawian government, you need to think twice. You need to start thinking about your people, your citizens. You cannot just feed your pockets. Think about us, your citizens.